I didn't do much today. I was watching that show on Netflix, Love on a Spectrum. You like that? Love on the Spectrum? It's where the autistic people date. It's adorable. There's a spin-off on that. It's the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard trial. It's those two belong together. One dresses like a pirate, the other likes taking a dump in a bed. Like, they're on the show, I think. I think they're on the show more than they know. I don't know if you guys have been watching the Johnny Depp Amber Heard trial. I've been watching every day, every episode. I think they're getting back together. Sometimes people are perfectly toxic for each other, and that's who they are. They're perfectly insane for each other. One's suing the other one for $50 million. The other one's like, I'll sue you for $100 million. And it's like, you guys belong together. You ever had a friend in a toxic relationship and you try to get them out? He's like, oh, I gotta get my TV back. And you're like, no, we'll get other TVs. Like, that was my grandmother's television. That's what they're like. They just belong together. One dresses like a pirate, the other one takes a dump in a bed. Who would enjoy a dump in the bed? Except someone who dresses like a pirate. It makes perfect sense. I don't know. They belong together. Just one needs to go to AA and the other one needs to get a litter box. And I think they can figure out their issues. I don't know. I do like that show, Love on a Spectrum. It's very sweet. And it's just funny, but you're not laughing at them. It's like a warm kind of laugh where you're like, this is just a fun show and it makes you feel good, like the way the Andy Griffith show used to make you feel when you were a kid. You're just whistling and there's no song playing and you're like, hell yeah, this feels good. But if you watch enough of Love on the Spectrum, you sit there and you're like, am I? Like, if you watch enough, you're like, I've also had awkward first dates. Like, I've also gotten stumped and just went, well, what is your favorite color? Because you've never been on a weird first date? Like, we've all had a little bit, you know? I'm sorry, everyone's Rico Suave in this audience? Like, no. We're usually finger banging before the desserts show up. Everyone's got a little bit of it. I also watch Murder. I either watch Love on the Spectrum or Murder. Those are the two things I like on Netflix. I like the serial killers on Netflix. I don't know if you guys watch the serial killers. I loved it. I just watched the John Wayne Gacy one. It was so good. I know it's a weird thing to say about someone who killed a lot of people, but it was so good. It's fascinating. It's amazing. Like, he couldn't have gotten away with that today. He was able to lure young men over to his house because he had a pool table and some weed. Like, that wouldn't work today. You can't go up to some 19-year-old, you want to come over? I have a pool table and some marijuana. Like, what? I have a smartphone and I'm microdosing on shrooms as we speak. I don't think you have anything to offer me. John Wayne Gacy couldn't make a friend today, like, if he wanted to. He was perfect for then, you know? It's kind of sad because I watch all the murder documentaries and we're running out of serial killers. We're running out. We need more, you know? That's like, serial killers are a past thing. That's 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s. We don't have them anymore. We have mass shooters now, which that's not a documentary. There's no story, you know? Mass shooters are a perfect assessment of today's society. Everyone wants to be famous, but no one wants to do the work. You know what I mean? Like, anybody can kill 50 people at once. That's protected by the Constitution. Try killing 50 people over 10 years while getting away with it, then you get the documentary. John Wayne Gacy has a documentary. He had to be charming. He got a pool table. He had to learn magic. What documentary do you make about a mass shooter? He didn't blink a lot. And then the UPS driver delivered the gun. And you're like, this is lame. Because they are lame. that was so kind. All right, what's up, everybody? I'm happy to see all of you too. This is too nice. I gotta be honest. This is too nice of a comedy club. Like, it was right in it's in a mall. There's like a Shake Shack next to it, and I'm like, oh, I have to like be ready. I was just gonna go on stage and have fun. This is like a professional. This is a little too much, quite honestly. I'm glad it's this size because it's not sold out. Like, if it was sold out, it would have been like, I can't do it. It's too new and fancy, and I can't do it. But this amount, we can do this on a Thursday. Like, no matter how it goes, we'll go get some Shake Shack after this, and we'll figure it out. It's nice to be here. It's my first time in your town. I'm pretty sure. I have to say that now, because that's happened. I was in Madison, Wisconsin, and I was like, oh, it's my first time here in Madison. And two people were like, no, it's not. You were here last year. And I fought them. I was like, no, I've never been here. And they had a photo of me with them. And they're like, it's in Madison. I was like, well, I'll be damned. Look at that. I am wrong. So I'm pretty sure I haven't been here. Yeah, none of it's familiar. And this is I would remember this, I think. You know, like, first of all, I haven't seen any of this. I don't know where that is. I don't think I've seen that part. I'm gonna guess that's the city part. I'm more like near the campus where everyone's like, well, we want roundabouts. We want them everywhere. Like that. We're over there. It's very... You can tell that was a vote, you know? You can tell that. We gotta get the word out that these roundabouts more efficient in Europe, I'll tell you. And I'm like, is it? Because are they just different than us? Are they that different? I got lost so many times. It's so frustrating getting lost in a roundabout because you can see the thing that you want to do, and you're like, oh, no, all right. And I don't want to loop it, because that's the thing. If you miss it, you can loop it around, but everyone knows. Everyone knows you missed it, you know? And I'll be embarrassed to go in there and go, bloop, bloop. Oh, there we are, right over there. It was very nice. It's a beautiful, there's like a bell tower memorial. I'm at that hotel right there, right next to it. There's a big bell tower that looks cool. I don't know what the memorial's for. I could tell I got quiet, so I'm sure that, I'm gonna guess that's something I should have Wikipedia'd. I apologize. I didn't know, all right? I still don't, but I'm assuming, based off your energy, shouldn't have said it. That makes it more morbid, because whatever that remembers, my hotel room looks right at it. So now I know it's something bad. So now before I go to bed, I'm gonna close that curtain, going, something horrible happened right there. That's great. Let's go to sleep now. And yeah, I'm not. It's nice. I like it when I can walk to the comedy club from the hotel, because I got a rental car, but I don't have to use it. I can just walk over. I'm staying over by the big bell tower. That's where I'm staying at. The memorial bell tower that no one knows why it's there. I only know that because I've been bringing it up to audiences. Did you hear that tepid laugh? So on Thursday, when I brought up that I'm next to the bell tower, I heard that, and I thought I just reminded everybody of a tragedy. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, should I have Googled that? I apologize. And people were like, and I was like, oh my God, I really should have Googled that. I am so sorry for bringing that up. That's not really how I want to start my show. And also, my hotel room overlooks it, so that's pretty horrible. Every night before going to bed, just closing the blinds, like something tragic happened right there, apparently. And I had two audiences, like Thursday's audience and Friday's early audience, of people I met after the show, and everyone came up to me like, yeah, we don't know why that bell tower is there. We don't know what it signifies. That's why we were quiet, because we were like, I don't know, do you know? I don't know. And I took that for, good God, he's bringing up our tragedy. And then finally, the last guy at the last show last night, he's like, you know what, this is stupid, I'm gonna Google it. And he Googled it, he's like, World War I. It's a World War I memorial. And I'm like, and no one knows? I actually learned more about that bell tower in the hotel I'm staying at, because they had a sandwich board of handwritten Raleigh information, and they said the bell tower was finished, it took 12 years to build, it finished in 1937, and they didn't put a bell in it until 2021. I've never related to a town more than after reading that information right there. I am the king of starting projects and not finishing them. You guys held out for almost 100 years. You guys built it, and then you're like, man, that's how much bells cost? What? Seriously? They got one in Philly. It's broken. How much was that one? It's so funny. I can tell. I'm like, yep, shouldn't have said that, you know. I don't research towns before I show up. I like to just come in blind and then ask dumb questions and then have people go, you're not even close. You're not. I was in Greensboro, North Carolina yesterday. Is that where you guys are from? Yeah, you're from there? Yeah, that's where I was. I was at a comedy club over there, and so I made the drive out here. But it was pretty nice, you know, nice and 50, you know. You guys have cop cars that aren't regular cop cars. They just kind of sneak up, going, hey, hey, hey. And you're like, no, I was doing it, you know? Because I'm not a good driver anyway. I weave. I don't know how to do, like, especially with new cars. New cars correct you. And I've never realized how bad I've been until every time I get in a rental car that's like, what are you doing, dude? Right? It feels like my mom's right next to me, just going, hey, hey, right there. Like, I'm offended. I paid for this rental car. If I want to weave it, let me weave it. It's so rude. It keeps beeping. It's one of those rental cars. I don't even know what it's beeping about. Just beep. Beep. And I'm like, what's happening? And they're like, you're driving. Just letting you know you're driving. Just intermittent beeps. Not a fan of any of it. I don't own a car. We are thinking of buying one. We live in New York City, so you get away without having a car, but we're thinking of buying one. Just one. My wife and I are going to share a car, so we're trying to compromise on a car, which means neither of us are going to get what we want. That's what happens when you and your wife compromise on something. You're like, both of us are going to be kind of sad at whatever we pick. No one's going to be pumped with whatever we get. We want two very different cars. I want a Toyota 4Runner. I think those are cool. I grew up in Southern California, and that's a very Southern California car, and I'm like, oh, I want one of those. And she wants like an Audi Q something. They're both SUVs. That's the only thing we have in common, is we want an SUV. And but we're gonna end up with a Mazda. That's what we're gonna end up with. We're gonna be sad in a Mazda, just going, yep, not you either, huh? This is fun for none of us, isn't it? This was the car we came together on and went, fine, give it. That's how you want to be excited about that. I don't know. It's been a fun week, though, in the news. That was good. I watched Trump's thing where the people fainted. Did you guys watch that? I don't know, because I watch it on Instagram, so I don't know if they messed with the footage, but was it that funny? Like, live? Because I was dying laughing. I was on the toilet this morning at my last hotel, howling. You know how people go LOL and they don't mean it? They mean, Like that. I was legitimately howling on the toilet. I was banging on the toilet paper like I was doing hammer fists. It was so funny. He's giving a speech and someone's like, we need a doctor. Ah, doctor over there. Give doctor. And then another guy fainted. All right, does anyone else want to faint? Like, he was so annoyed that people were fainting. Anyone else feeling woozy? Yeah. And then they cut, and he's like, and as they're like wheeling the first guy out, they're like, we love that man. We love that man. He said that, and I'm like, that's so, because I've also performed when people have fainted, and I gotta be honest, Trump handled it so much better than me. So much better than me. He was like, how about some music? Let's put some music on. Let's have a soundtrack for the EMTs. And I loved it. He's like, how about some Pavarotti? Let's put on some some opera tunes. And the My favorite part wasn't even him. It was the poor woman that was on. I don't know who that lady is, but she looked very serious. She looked like she wanted to take this seriously. And he's like, all right, put on YMCA. And she's like, why? Because she wants a cabinet spot. She wants, and you got to put, yeah, we were going to talk policy, but now we're doing Village People dances. I love it, man. I mean, it's all interesting, but it's weird, man. I was watching him, and that's our Albert Einstein. Like, you ever think about that? That's our guy. That's our Albert Einstein and Henry Ford into one. That's our guy, and I'm like, that's not good. That's our guy. That's our guy. Ah, damn it, you know? Like Albert Einstein was like, E equals MC squared, which I still don't know what any of that means. But people say it a lot, so it must be important. And then our guy's just like, here's an ugly truck. Come get into this hideous truck. It doesn't look done, the truck. It looked like Elon burst into the meeting where like the artist was still working with the clay, you know? And he was like, that's perfect. And he's like, oh, dude, we're making it. And then that guy's like, can you take my name off of it? Because I wasn't done shaving the clay. There was more, it was going to be more not this. He's like, that's it right there. Beautiful. Beautiful. Paint it? No. I want it to look like, I want it to resemble an old faucet. That's the kind of shine I'd like. Not a new faucet, old faucet, like that hotel where you keep your socks on. One of those faucets. He has a facelift, and it's not. He gave us all a good life lesson. If you're gonna get a facelift, you got to stay your weight. You can't get a facelift and then gain weight because those guys didn't account for that. They pulled it to where they thought you were going to hang out for the rest of your life, and then he added face to it. It's just so weird. His face is right here, but then there's more face. He looks like a 12-year-old kid who's wearing a Halloween mask, but the Halloween mask is for a 6-year-old. So it's just like, this part's all right, but then there's like way too much. We still see your old face. Where you can't. And he's got all the money, and that's what they gave him. So, you ever think of that? Like, he's got all of it, and they're like, that's what they gave you? And he's like, right. And everyone's like, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna fly to Turkey. I wouldn't. All right? Don't. Oh. I remember one time I made fun of Elon, and they're like, oh, that's not fun. Don't make fun of him. And I'm like, I can't punch any higher than the richest man on the planet. I can't punch any higher than that. He's the best, you know. And what he does, whatever that is, I don't know. I can't explain it, but he's doing great. Yeah, it was an interesting week that I read that, because, you know, when I grew up, they always inspired me to read the news. I was told that. All my teachers, read the newspaper, you need to be informed. And I'm reading it, and they're like, I don't know if I misread the article, but apparently there's hillbillies attacking FEMA people because they think the government controls the weather. And I read that headline, and I'm like, maybe I don't need to read the news. Because usually when you read the news afterwards, you're like, now I know what's going on. And the more I read about that, the more I'm like, what? It felt like a friend explaining cryptocurrency to me, where I'm like, the more I'm reading, the less I understand. You should have just ended the headline with threatening FEMA workers. That's so funny. I just imagine FEMA workers, because I assume those people are like, you ever meet someone that did the Peace Corps? You know, it's like someone that went to college, like, I'm going to go help. And then they got a job at FEMA, and then they're coming. Yeah, and they're showing up with paper towels and stuff. I assume paper towels because I remember Trump did that with the paper towels to the people in Puerto Rico. So they brought it, and then just some guy was like, you're controlling the weather. And he's like, what? No, I didn't finish college. That's all this is. I wanted to backpack in Europe, and then I ended up in the Peace Corps, and then now I have this job. What? Control the weather. I still have student loan debt. I'm not a part of it. I have some paper towels. It's been a fun week. We all paid attention to it. Yeah. No, don't be upset. No, that's good. Please laugh. Let it out. Oh, you can say that. Oh, because it's a clean show? It's fine. I think they've heard it. It'd be funny if someone left and be like, I didn't know that kind of language. This is going to be uttered by an audience member, let alone. It's funny because there's also different levels of clean. You know, I wasn't always a clean comedian, but I did a dry bar special, and then a bunch of people showed up, and that's when I started selling tickets. And they're like, we love clean comedy. And I'm like, I guess that's what I do. All right? Clean up these jokes. Because I've always been, I didn't, there's new comedians now that they just blow up. They've been doing it for 4 seconds, and then they're like, I am who I am, and I'm an artist. I'm not an artist, all right? I've been doing this for 18 years. I am whatever you hire me for, all right? I'm that guy off of Craigslist with an old work truck and some hammers in the back, and you're like, can you fix the roof? Yeah. I'll give it a shot. I don't know. That's me in comedy. If the comedy world changed tomorrow and they're like, we want filthy, I'd be like, let's go. All right? I can filthy it up. I've never said that out loud before, but... That's why I argue with the thing of because it is art. It's just because we don't have another word for this, so we call it art. But I just didn't want to work. That was it. I was willing to do this for no money as long as possible with the idea of one day I won't have to work. And I can say, that's my job, And that was the whole... That's why I have a very hard feeling. I don't think comedians should be allowed to vote, quite honestly. I think everyone else should be allowed to. I don't think my people should be allowed to vote because we're not a part of society. We're not a part of it. And I get a say on we should do this with my tax dollars. You slept till noon. What are you talking about? You don't get to just come in and guess. I don't know. It's great. Don't get me wrong, but it's not real. I started doing comedy for a living, where I got to quit my day job. I think I was 28. So, and now I'm 37, so it's almost 10 years. It's 9 years. And I think that's when I stopped maturing as a human being, is 28. So I'm still, no matter how old I get, I'll always be 28. And I'm not saying that as a good thing. I'm saying that as life's gonna keep happening, and you're just gonna be that guy. Because that's my fear. That's my fear. I watch Kid Rock, and I'm like, that guy, he didn't grow as a person. Kid Rock's a great example of, Kid Rock's a great example of, that saying, never change. That could be horrible advice sometimes. Because that guy's been Kid Rock this entire time. Which is actually a credit to him. I mean that as a compliment to him. Do you know how hard it is to not grow as a person? Life keeps changing, and he was just no. He bought houses, went through divorces, signed mortgages, and he's fall with the bottom. We should study that guy. But I also have a fear that I could become him because I stopped becoming a person of society when I was 28. And I felt it when I went back. I went back home to, I flew back to San Diego, where I'm from, for my fantasy football draft. That's what I'm saving all these miles for, so I can fly back. And I hung out with my friends, and they're all my age. We went to high school together, but they're I've seen how much they've grown. They own boats. I don't own a boat. It seems like such an adult man thing to do. You're like, hey, have you seen my boat? And you're like, what? That's amazing. What kind of? Oh. When you know nothing about something, and you're like, oh. Is that the rudder? All right. Wow. I'll bring the beers, I guess. That's all I know about boats, is that you got to bring beers. Especially if it's not your boat. But I've noticed how much they've grown and changed. Like, I'm still, like, because I used to work with these guys. When we got out of high school, we were working at the same warehouse job, unloading trucks. And, but now they're like upper management. Like because that's what you do. You get in your late 30s, now you're in charge of stuff. And they hate the people below them. And I'm like, what happened? You guys became we used to be the young guys going, oh, suck on it. You know, like, management right here, buddy. You know? And then now they're like, yeah, these guys want to raise over my dead body. And I'm like, what happened, fellas? We used to fight the man. And they're like, well, I got a mortgage now. So I got a budget. They're just yelling about the budget. Nice to be here. Wow. Oh wait, I wasn't expecting that on a Wednesday, but there you are. That is a lot. I didn't realize where this table was going to be situated. This is weird. I feel like you guys are seated like judges at a boxing fight. That is incredible. What did those tickets cost? Were these cheaper than like the other ones? Like. Listen, we have discounted seats, but you are going to be on the stage with him. I feel so uncomfortable. I'm sorry, I'm this close to you. I'm gonna hang out back here. I apologize. I feel like I disrupted a dinner. Like I came in, like a lunatic came off the streets. Ah! And you're like, I'm so sorry. I'll stay back here. This is, this is my first time here, and every time I'm like, this room's not gonna get weirder, and then I came up here, and I'm like, it's weirder. I was in the back, next to a koi pond for some reason, and I'm like, there's no way it's gonna be weirder on the stage. And it is. What is any of this? I feel like we're at a Mediterranean restaurant of some sort. And they got foreclosed on, and someone's like, leave everything. I'll just put a comedy club in there. This is good stonework. Those are real stones, by the way. That's not paper mache. You didn't get that at Home Depot. That's real. That's granite or something. Shallot. I don't know. That's not a stone, is it? Probably not. But yeah, it's very interesting. I don't know if anyone's first time here, but I'm guessing you were like me. You missed a turn. You definitely missed that turn. They're like, take a left, and you're like, no way. And you kept going, and then we all took that U-turn at that gas station, didn't we? And we're like, let's give that a second shake, huh? We drove in. I love it. Everything's been surprising, all of it. This is where it goes down. We're at the entertainment capital of Greensboro right now. We're right across from Arizona Pete's. I got here early. I still got out of my car. And I was like, I guess we're going to try. I guess. So everything's been unsettling, but welcoming, but also... I feel like that's what the South is like, you know? It's welcoming, but at the same time, you're like, I don't know. Are we at the right place? We're at the right place. All right. Just walk in and smile. Be polite. Yeah, I had a good, I'm staying at a hotel not far away, and it's one of those hotels where you can tell they're about to change the name. You know those, I stay at a lot of hotels, and I went into this one, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a Ramada soon. Next time I come back through, this will be a different establishment. It was one of those hotels, like I went to work out at the gym, and they had mismatched weights. Like, they were from, half of it was from Gold's Gym, and the other half was from Planet Fitness. Like, someone picked them up, and was like, yeah, there you go, that's the gym. I've never seen that before, and I was like, all right. And the shower worked. Hot and cold worked. Medium was the problem. If you wanted hot, you're getting hot, buddy. You want cold, ice cubes. But if you want middle, I heard like a gurgling, moaning sound come out of the... It sounded like the Titanic was trying to make a U-turn. And I'm like, is that me? And I turned the shower off. I'm like, that was me. I think I woke up the entire hotel to take a shower. But it's very nice to be here. I want to say this is my first time here, but I made that mistake last week. I was in Madison, Wisconsin, and I was like, it's so nice. I've never been to Madison. And two people were like, you were here last year. That's how much I travel. And I said, no, I wasn't. And they showed me a photo of me and them. And you could hit the info on your iPhone. It says Madison, Wisconsin. And I'm like, well, I'll be damned. All right, I guess I have been here. I don't believe I've been here, but I might have. I think I might have performed at a college here. Your last comic was talking about that when you go perform at a college. If it's the gig I remember, they had to get the sound system for my show out of a shed, and a student got stung by a bee. And that student came up to me and went like, you better be funny. I just got stung by a bee. And I was like, all right, pressure's on. And I didn't do well, I'll tell you that. It was during a lunch. I don't know if you know that. Like, they do comedy at colleges because they have entertainment budgets for no explicable reason. And they got to spend it. So they find out, you know about this. Yeah. And then so they just like, we'll hire this comedian. They have to use their budget. It's one of those things like, if you don't use your budget, you lose it. So you got to spend it. So they'll spend most of their budget on like one person they're pumped about. And then they got some leftover money. And they're like, that's where we come in. All right? That's where lower end comedians come in, and they're like, all right, you just get the sound system out of the shed. I've done some of my worst shows at colleges. The worst ones I've like Souls. Like if you were there, if I had footage of those shows, you'd be like, and you kept going? You didn't just quit? You just wow. And I was an adult while doing it. It's one thing if you're also their age and in the situation, but I was an adult man. I was in my 30s, and I was just in a cafeteria with two students. And then, true story, two students further away than you guys. I will say that, like, in the middle, and then I had to be like, right, and then, you know when, like, an 18-year-old makes eye contact with you, you're like, how dare you judge me, you know? I wanted to grab him, like, this is how I pay my rent, you know? Like, I wanted to give him a little fraud one. But you can't do that. Yeah, you can't do that. It's against the rules. Do you work at a college? Is that what it is? You've been through a lot of universities. Okay. I don't know what you just meant by that. I mean you attended as a student and then you have a lot of degrees. You could have just said that. Like we could have. Yeah, no, it ended up being fun. But you're like, I've been through. I don't know how you meant it because I've been through a lot of universities too, and I've left a lot of skin behind. Mainly pieces of my heart. Little pieces of my heart have been left there. Oh, don't get sad. We made it. We made it. Now we're here. We're here. We're sold out on a Wednesday across from Arizona Pete's in this Mediterranean restaurant. That's why a lot of people tell me, they're like, oh, I can't wait till you're in theaters and maybe stadiums. I'm like, do you have any idea how long it took me to get here? All right. 18 years to get to this rock backdrop, all right? Long-ass time. If there's any shortcuts in show business, I don't know any of it. It's a good time for the bills to come. Once again, we plan that. I like the fan you have. That is so classy. Like a debutante. I love it. That's a Southern thing, right? A Southern belle. A debutante. All right. I said it out loud. You're like, yes. All right. I will say, people in the South do have a good way of making people from out of town feel dumb. I will say that. It's the stare. You guys have a very magical stare where you go, like, you know what it is? You cock your eyebrow a millimeter higher than where it was before, and the other person goes, I'll just throw myself off a cliff. I apologize. Even when I checked in at the hotel, they're like, oh, I got your room on the second floor. And I'm like, oh, do you have anything on the first? And she's like, and I was like, second floor's great, you know? I like a little vantage point. Get me ready for this stage I'm performing on tonight. I'm up here on the second floor, looking at everyone at the pool deck. You made it to the end. I'm so proud of you. You know, I look at the statistics. A lot of people watch like halfway through or 3/4 of the way through, but not you. You watched the whole thing. Bravo. Thank you. You know what else you can do for me? You can hit like, you can hit subscribe, but more importantly than all of that, you can go to my website, zoltancomedy.com, and see if I'm performing in a town near you, and then come see me live. Everything's better than live. Reggae, jazz, poetry. Good Lord. Come see me live. Very nice to be here in Colorado. I love the altitude. That's always fun to get used to. It's fun because you guys enjoy it. You guys like watching people from not here going, why are you winded? And the best is when someone's never been in altitude and they have no idea, like, something's wrong. And I remember the first time I got altitude sickness, I couldn't feel my face. And I'm like, I'm hot, but I'm cold, and my hands are tingling. And when I would tell people, strangers, they would just go, I'm like, what is the matter with you? It's the altitude. This is the only state in the country where I get winded doing comedy. This is an incredibly low-impact job, all right? Incredibly. I'm 35, but I have the joints of a 14-year-old, all right? These very, very limber, all right? And I'll do comedy in Denver, and I'll just be you'll see it happen. Around the 30-minute mark, I'll get amped up, and then we're going to take a break. See if you can spot it. You know? But yeah, I like Denver, Colorado as a state. I've always enjoyed coming out here. You guys were like the first. Were you the first state to legalize marijuana? Yeah, the first one. And that was what, 2015, 2016? Somewhere in there? Yeah, you guys were the first ones to do it, then the rest of the states started following. And oddly enough, the amount of anxiety and conspiracy theories have just gone through the roof. I'm not saying it's your fault. I'm just saying it might be your fault, all right? I'm not saying marijuana definitely causes conspiracy theories and anxiety, but I have an edible every once in a while, and I'm anxious. And sometimes in the middle of it, I'll make eye contact with the cats, and I'll be like, what do you know? I appreciate you guys coming out on what might be the hottest day in the history of Denver. I've only been in Denver in the winter when it's like the Coors commercial, you know, they're like, do you want an ice cold beer? And I'm like, and then today I was like, what a lie, you know? I want that ice train coming down the street right now. Shoot me with that beer in the face, please. This is ridiculous. It can't be that, like, I'm not a global warming, I know that, I'm not trying to get political because I know people get weird. Is it climate weird? You had to call it climate change because they're like, what? So I'm not saying anything, all right? But this is the mile-high city, and we're like a quarter mile from heaven, and it was 100 degrees today. It's too hot. It's too hot. There's not enough AC. I appreciate it. I like Denver. I've only been here in the winter, and so this is a different feel, you know, just a lot of pasty people in shorts. A lot of people that look like they're going to get some sunburns, all right? Be careful. You're not prepped for that, all right? You're not prepared for that burning ball of fire coming right at you.
Ready for your headliner tonight. You came here to see him. Put your hands together for Zoltan Kaszas.
What's up, everyone? Yeah? Yeah! All right. Thank you. One more time for Ray. Make him feel welcome. There he is. How's it going, Peter? Good to see you. Thank you guys so much for coming out. We sold out the Shank. All right. Thank you. I hope everyone has a seat. If you don't, I'm sorry. But there's a bunch of people there. Wow, this isn't... I remember the first time we came, and there was a lot of seats available. And so it's nice. We sold out tomorrow, too. That's so good. I'm still surprised when people show up. You know, like, do you ever think life is just a big prank on you? And you're like, oh no, like a birthday party, everyone's RSVP'd, and then you just have that bad dream. You're like, what if no one shows? And it's just me in the backyard with my own cake. I have that thought about this, about showing up and then no one's here. It's just me and a bartender going, what do we do? And I'm like, start drinking, apparently, because this is sad. But thank you guys so much for coming. This is my first show of the new year, and I already, ready to shake off some holiday rust. I flew in today, and I got a migraine immediately. I haven't had a migraine in so long, and don't worry, I've taken 3 Advil. I've been drinking nothing but water, and before I came up here, I'm like, I might faint. And so if that does happen, it's not a bit. All right? Send help, okay? I don't want some moment where like, oh, he's getting real experimental. He's trying out some physical comedy. Usually he just stands in place, but he's getting a little more, No. EMTs immediately. And I did get health insurance this year, but it doesn't kick in until February, so like, the cheaper hospital, please, all right? But I like it. I like coming out here because it's California on fire, and you guys the opposite. Isn't that nice? Isn't that so cool? You're like, oh, we could use some of this out there. A little dusting of I feel like snow would put out fire, right? A little bit. That would put out some fire. Isn't that weird? That's how the world works. Like, most of the country's just frozen. California's on fire. And it's like, man, if we could have a little of that here and a little of this heat over there, we could have a nice winter right there. It's kind of like when you're in public and you see, like, a guy with, like, no chin and then, like, another guy with, like, too much chin. And then you're like, man, if we could take some of that guy's chin and give it to that guy, we could have 2 normal-looking fellas here. But instead, we have a cartoon in front of us, you know? So yeah, it's, I'm glad to be out of there. I'm glad that we're here for the weekend. San Diego's fine, but I've been watching the LA fires. And it's crazy. A lot of celebrities lost their homes, which I'm not a fan of anyone losing their homes. Like, I read the list of the celebrities that have lost their homes, and like a lot, I feel bad for all of them, but there are some that I feel less bad for. I feel guilty even saying that out loud, but I was reading the list, and I felt bad for all of them, but there was varying degrees of the amount. Like, I was reading the list, and, like, Mandy Moore lost her house. I'm like, I like Mandy Moore. She never did nothing to nobody. She's just a sweet girl. She wants to sing her pop songs, do a little acting. Let her do some acting. And she lost her house. I'm like, I feel bad for Mandy Moore. And then I read Paris Hilton. I'm like, all right, like, I still felt bad, but I'm like, oh, that's bad, you know? She has a lot of places she can stay, you know? Her last name's Hilton. I don't know if you know why she has that last name. There's a lot of places to go. I would feel worse if her last name was La Quinta Inn and Suites. Like, I'd be like, oh no, she's gonna stay at a La Quinta. But those are nice hotels that she has to go to. And then I read Billy Crystal lost his house. I'm like, I like Billy Crystal. I watched all of City Slickers, watched both of them. He hosted the Oscars all those years. Incredibly talented, sing, dance. He's funny. I love Billy Crystal. I'm like, I don't want him to lose his house. And then I read Ben Affleck lost it, and I was like, you know, like, I don't know what it is about Ben Affleck, but when he's sad, I'm happy. I don't know what Ben Affleck did to anybody, but just when he's miserable, I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, every time he like slammed the door on J-Lo and was like, ugh, I'm like, nice. That's what. I don't know what that man did, but when he's happy, I'm not. And when he's bummed out, I'm like, good. You know? But yeah, I was watching all the fires. They kept doing press conferences. That's my favorite part of a natural disaster. They just keep doing press conferences. They feel like, oh, the people need the information. But there's no information. Just the mayor comes out in his work jacket. That's all that. That's my favorite part of natural disasters is politicians have to put on their work clothes to talk to the public. Like they're out there doing the stuff, you know? Like the mayor of Pasadena put on this like tactical fire jacket. It said mayor on it. It was like he just got down hosing something off. Like, I gotta get back out there, but I just wanted to give you some information. That's my favorite. Like remember, I forget, it was probably like a hurricane or something in Florida, but DeSantis put on his big white boots. Do you remember that? But he was like, is this what working people wear? Yeah. He should fire his whole staff, because his whole staff was like, yeah, that's what working people wear, man. Just white boots, knee-high. Yeah. Yeah, you're going to want to tuck your jeans into those. That's what you should do. And then they come out. I'm one of the people. And they're like, dude, you're not doing nothing, all right? You cut the budget. That's why we're in this mess. So I love watching the press conferences. I love the interpreters. They always have a sign language interpreter next to the press conference. And I don't know, like I've watched so many of them and they're all different interpreters and they're all crazy with, like they're so into it. And it's weird because I've seen people talk in sign language in real life and it's not like that. I don't know if you've ever been out in public and watched two people communicate with sign, but it's just discreet. It's just, you know, and I'm like, oh, they're speaking in sign language. That's kind of neat. You don't see that every day. But in the press conference, it's just blah, 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 blah. It's almost like condescending. I think like it feels like they're mocking the person talking. Like the mayor's like, we have help coming. Oh, they have help coming. Like it's like their version of an eye roll, you know? Like there's nothing we could have done to prevent it. She says there's nothing they could have done to prevent any of it. Yeah. I'm glad you guys laughed at these. Might be easier because it's snowing outside. I don't know. I thought of these on the plane right out here. Man, it's been a wild year. And we just got started. We're like 11 days in. 11 days in, and it's already fires and drones and terrorists. I didn't know they had New Year's resolutions. Did you? We're like, well, I'm going to the gym tomorrow. Like, I gotta do something horrible tomorrow. And you're like, you're not supposed to have New Year's resolutions. That's for us. There's terrorists out there. I didn't know the guy that blew up the Cybertruck in front of the Trump thing. Remember that? I forgot that there can just be bad terrorists. Like, you can be bad at terrorism. Like, he tried to hurt lots of people. He killed nobody but himself. He barely hurt the truck. I think the truck's gonna be okay. I think they're like, yeah, we'll put a new tailgate on it. That'll be all right. Like, that's so embarrassing. I wonder if he's embarrassed, like, in the afterlife. Like, he's like, I wonder if the other terrorists give him a hard time. Like, you didn't even kill anybody. And he's like, I tried. Like, can you imagine that? Like, you give up your life. You're like, oh, I'm going to kill everybody. Then, boom. And then all that happens is, like, an insurance adjuster comes out. Everyone's fine. There's just a State Farm car parked. Taking photos. Writing in his clipboard. Yep, here's your check. You can fix your awning. You'll be all right. It'd be so embarrassing, man. Oh, yeah. So that's been the year. That's so far. We're 10 days in, and I hope it gets boring quick. I hope every day from here until the arrest just be boring. I'm ready for a good boring year of like, what happened? Nothing. Just weather, and then it was fine. I don't know. We're just going to keep giggling until it comes here. I'm glad we don't own. That's what I was glad. We rent a place, and I'm like, and the people say, don't rent, because it's bad. You're throwing your money away, which is true. But if the house catches on fire, I'll be like, well, get out of there. And then once we leave, we're like, I guess we're done there. And
and mosey on. Good luck with that, Judith. It's my landlord's name, Judith. She's a nice lady. I don't want her to be stuck with a bill, but also, you know, 'tis the risk of homeownership. But yeah, I've had a great time here. I came in yesterday, and I like it. It feels warm. You guys feel like a flannel shirt. That's what Milwaukee feels like. I've been here like 4 times, and I just feel comfortable. I just want to put on a flannel shirt and get a beer. I want to watch a game. I wish I'm enjoying doing the show, but also if we didn't have a show right now, I'd love to be at a bar looking at a giant TV and just eating cheese curds and having Miller High Lifes. And I'm like, hell yeah, dude. Like, you guys, Wisconsin is the most alcohol consumption, I believe, in the universe. I think that was an article that came out in the news. They're like, no, we went to other planets, and they're not even close. But here's the thing, though. You guys keep it chill. Like, it's not a wild city. You guys are hammered, but everyone's just, hi. You guys drink like you keep it together, like, because if you don't, someone's going to make you stop or something, you know? That's how you guys drink. Like, I got a buddy back home. He drinks a ton. My buddy Dane, he drinks a lot, but he's never a problem. And I'm like, how are you never a problem? And he's like, I just don't want my wife to make me quit. So I always keep it together. And I'm like, you know, that's what they're doing in Wisconsin. That's an entire state of people keeping it together. And I'm proud of you guys. I'm proud of you for doing that. But yeah, I had a good day. Went to, I'm not staying at this hotel, but I had breakfast there. I keep getting the name wrong. The Pfister. Yeah, we went over there. I'm not staying at that fancy hotel, but I'm down the street, and I was looking up a breakfast place, and I'm like, I'll go to another hotel to have breakfast. I have no shame in leaving my hotel. And they're like, would you like the free continental? I'm like, no, I'm going to a better one right over there. So I went over there, beautiful hotel. They got the painting on the thing. The restaurant was wonderful. Like, it was very slow service. I think they only had one server, and this poor lady had to work with everybody. And then I looked, and it was like the most elderly restaurant I've ever seen. Everyone was like in their 80s and 90s, and they all knew the server. They're like, oh, yeah, this is my son, blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, did I accidentally walk into like a retirement home lunch? Like, what? That's what it felt like I accidentally, and I'm like, I'm not sure that I'm not. I'm sure they just sat me. They're like, oh, he must be waiting for his Nana to come down from upstairs. I'm like, did I walk into the wrong place? Oh, man. But yeah, had a good day. Did a lot of nothing. That's what I did. I thought about going to the gym, and then I didn't. But that counts, right? If you think about it, I packed 2 days worth of workout clothes. Like, I was going to work out yesterday and today. None of that happened. I'm going to be bringing back 2 very clean pairs of workout shirts, and my wife's going to be like, wait, you didn't work out? No, we had a FaceTime call at noon, and that blew my day. I was thinking about going to the gym, and then she called me, and we FaceTimed for 30 minutes. I'm like, well, that's the gym right there. I was going to walk on the elliptical for a minute, you know? That was a big yawn you just let out. Good Lord, did you just get out of work, buddy? I thought you were laughing at me saying, what's that?
I work third shift. I woke up a couple
Oh,
hours.
dear God, you're a real, I'm guessing this was your idea to come here. You are, give that man a round of applause. Working graveyard shift.
You work third shift too. Third shift too.
Why are you doing okay? Oh, you're just genuinely excited to see me, and he works third shift, but it was her idea.
I just flipped over.
You just what?
I just flipped over a month ago.
What'd you do?
I flipped over the third a month ago.
You flipped over the you're using insider terms with me, buddy. I don't. You're over here using terms that they use at the mill, and I don't know. You're like, I just flipped into third shift a month ago, and I'm like, are we talking about motorcycles? What are we talking about? Where do you work?
The asphalt.
Asphalt company. You're making asphalt?
No, I'm a diesel mechanic.
You're a diesel mechanic at an asphalt company. Every sentence out of you is more manlier than the last. That is amazing. I thought making asphalt was already manly, and he's like, I'm about to add diesel to it, all right? That is awesome. Yeah, yawn away, buddy. You're doing real work. I'm over here like, I had a headache earlier. If I go down, it's not part of the act. And you're like, I haven't slept since Tuesday, all right? Oh, man. It is the easiest job. I don't know why I complain about travel, because it is just a lot of sitting. If you think about it, like my life, there's not that much. Like I was in bed. I woke up at 4 a.m. I was laying down, and then my alarm went off, and I had to sit up, and then I had to get up, and I had to walk over to an Uber and sit down. And then I got to the airport, I had to get up, get onto the plane, then I had to sit down. Then I landed here, I got up, got in another Uber, sat down. Then I got to the hotel, I'm like, man, I gotta take a nap, dude. Listen, I don't know what's going on at the asphalt plant, but that was a lot of sit and stand, make up your mind, you know? But yeah, it was a good holiday. I very much enjoyed it. Saw my family, hung out with my mom. It was smooth. Christmas was smooth. No political arguments. We did get into a giant fight because I almost paid $3.99 to rent a movie on Amazon Prime. Is that anyone else's family, or is that just my mom? What was that? You would have thought I brought up the election. I was like, let's watch Dumb and Dumber. And she's like, you're not going to pay $3.99? And I was like, why wouldn't I? And she started yelling, just yelling at me. And I'm like, I'm going to pay this $3.99. And then she's like, just buy it then. I'm like, all right, I'll buy it. She goes, $12.99? You're not buying that? I love my mom, but she's, she's old school. She's like, we don't pay for anything. I'm like, you used to take me to Blockbuster. How much was that? She goes, I don't remember. I was like, I think it was probably $3.99. I don't know. And then they charge you more because you didn't rewind. Became a whole situation. Anyway, last thing I want to say is I want to thank you guys for helping me sell out tonight and last night. That meant a lot to me. It's the most amount of tickets we've sold here in Milwaukee. Thank you so much. There is someone that's not here with us this time around. One of my biggest fans lived out here, Darlene. My cat camp, Happy Endings Cat Rescue. Darlene ran that. Hey, thank you guys so much for coming. Yeah, and Darlene was the president. Yeah, she was the president. And every time I would come to Milwaukee, she was the only fan that would email me every couple weeks and ask me how the tickets were selling. And she'd be like, how are the tickets selling for Milwaukee? And I'd give her an update. She goes, I'll tell more people. And just the absolute sweetest person. And she would come to both shows and she would send shots up and just the biggest fan, such a supporter, such a sweet lady. And unfortunately she passed away last year. And so she's not here with us, but she would be so pumped to know that we sold out 2 shows. So cheers to Darlene and
thank you guys so much for coming out. Some guy's doing the hand signal over there. That guy's showing respect. I like it. One more time for Bob and Hannah. Make it loud for them. Warming you guys up. This is my first time here. This is the most well-illuminated comedy club I have ever been to in my entire life. I feel like the stage lights are on in reverse. I can see everyone's face all the way to the back. Wow, this feels like the 80s. I love this. I feel like we're at an evening at the Improv taping in 1989. Everything's glowing. This feels like the nicest Chipotle I've ever been to. This is amazing. Look at all the lights and the colors. Whoa. Sorry, I've been microdosing shrooms, and this is a lot. It's supposed to boost your mood, but you're not supposed to have this much color right in your face. You're like, whoa, all right, wearing sunglasses for the next set. Thank you guys so much for coming out, man. This is great. We're here. We're doing it. And I believe we're in Albuquerque, but it might also be Bernardillo, but it could also be Santa Ana Pueblo. So I don't know. And then someone threw a fourth one at me, and they're like, it could also be Rio Rancho. Will you guys make up your mind? There's nothing but space out there, all right? You guys are being real nitpicky over nothing but space. Oh, yeah, you can't do that here. Now, in Rio Rancho, you could get away with that, but not in my jurisdiction. I like Albuquerque. I like it. It can never spell it right. It's every once in a while I'll try to tweet about it, and I'm like, I'm not even gonna try. I'll just do the airport code. I can do that one. And that airport's been there back when. That feels like it used to be a bus station. Like, that was before wheelie bags. They have tile brick floors or something. I love it. That was back when people carried their bags like men, but now everything's on wheels, so it's just da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And you're like, man, update that airport floor. And it's an interesting group. Like, I'm shocked how normal everyone looks in this audience. Because my flight in here, I flew in from New York, but I connected in Atlanta, and I was just watching people board. I'm like, where are we going? We had one of everybody. That thing was like a Noah's Ark out here. We had Amish people, we had farmers, there's a little person with a cowboy hat for no reason. There's a guy barely wearing a shirt, and it was just everybody and nobody. And then I got here early, and I was just walking around the casino before you guys showed up, and it's a motley crew out there, I'll tell you. Everyone looks like they just got out of physical therapy out there, just wearing knee braces on the outside of their jeans, Well, that's healing well, I can tell. That's a level of I don't care that I really hope to get to someday. Just put the knee brace on the outside of my jeans, all right? I want people to know. Make some way. I'm coming, you know? It's nice. It's good. Got prepped up, got a haircut yesterday, and thank you. It's not what I asked for, but it's what I got. I don't know what it is. I gave clear instructions, clear what I wanted, and then he just gave me the haircut he has. That's happened to me so many times. Like, so many times I give him clear instructions, and at the end, we're both looking in the mirror, and I'm like, well, that looks familiar, doesn't it? That's the one you went for, huh? And you can't even complain, because then you're saying his haircut sucks. So then it's uncomfortable. You put all this grease in there? Oh, I had to wash it out. I'm not that guy. I'm not you know? That doesn't work for me. You have to have the right attitude. That's why there's so many different hairstyles. It has to match your personality. You can't just come in like John Travolta if you don't have, you know? I don't have the confidence for that. You can't have grease, slick back hair, and then just come in, slump shoulders. Those guys don't get sad, you know? But no, I've been having a great couple weeks because I have been microdosing the shrooms, as I've been saying, just a little bit. If you don't know, microdosing shrooms, that's antidepressants for people without health insurance. It's prescribed by the internet, and dosage recommendation on the back of the box of chocolates. Take 1 square a day for 4 days, and then stop for 3 days, and then it says start again, and then it just trails, it ends. That's the end. And I'm like, forever? Like, how long? But it works, because there's a lot that's happened the last few weeks, and I don't care. I'm just kind of watching it like, whoa. Like last week, I watched the Republican National Convention. I was like, this is amazing. My wife was mortified. I'm like, is that Hulk Hogan? It was Hulk Hogan, then Kid Rock came out. I'm like, who booked this? Middle school me? This is everyone I loved when I was 12. I watched the whole thing for 2 hours. I'm like, when did they start airing the county fair? Like, that's what it looked like. Hogan came out, and then Kid Rock, then they did a pan of the audience. I swear I saw a guy eating a turkey leg. And I'm like, this is fun, dude. I was into it, man. It's been wild. It's been a wild couple weeks, so I'm happy for the shrooms. I am. Trump with the ear. They tried to kill Trump. They only got him in the ear, and whether you like him or not, his reaction, that's not how I would have reacted. I will give him that. That dude got up. Ah! That would have not been my reaction. Yeah! And then running. I would have ran off that stage. The video would be Secret Service people chasing me as I'm like, what was that? God, can you imagine? I've never been shot, all right? But I know he got grazed, but I imagine that burns. That has to burn. I've never been clipped in the ear, but I have been flicked once, and it was hot for hours. You ever get flicked in the ear? Some bully in middle school for 2 periods. You're like, it's still tingling. We got to watch the Secret Service people, you know? And we always thought they were like, we got to watch them, and they're like, oh, they're just regular people like us. You know, because you just assume they're in the suits with the and they're like, oh, they're so highly trained. And then you see it, you're like, oh. Oh, you're just a human like me. Like, we're all trained for whatever job we do, but sometimes we show up and we're like, what? That's what they did. Huh? That town had 2 roofs. That entire town had 2 roofs. This is in the far middle of nowhere, Pennsylvania. And they're like, all right, we'll put a sniper on that roof. What about that other roof? Come on. Come on, dude. Don't make me get the other tripod out of the car. Just, we're good. Leave me alone, dude. And I get it, man. Because I assume all those, they're about my age. I'm 37. They're probably like young, maybe even younger, because they need to be able-bodied. They got to run and do action-y stuff. And there's been no attempts on a president or a former president since like Reagan. That's 40 years ago. That's before a lot of those Secret Service people were born. So like, yeah, they trained for the job, but it's like, come on, you know? Nothing's ever happened. I was like putting myself in their shoes. Like they follow this guy around all the time. You know, he plays golf or something. They got to be around like, and they're doing the motions. But you know, inside they're like, all right, dude. And it's a farm. Like if the speech was like in New York City with a lot of buildings and millions of people, I'm sure they would be like, all right. But it's a farm. There's nothing out there. 2 roofs in that entire town. That town's a convertible. Everything else, no roofs. And they're like, what? Oh, and then they all just, we got to see what the action plan is, which is group hug. Apparently they all just hugged him. And then he went, ah, and then, I don't know if you saw one of them put his hand in it, like to block his face, you know? That ought to do it right there. Can't shoot through that. That's a meat shovel, I'll tell you what. I just work on that gripper machine all day. You're not getting through this. This is a shovel of a hand. Oh, man. Pretty crazy. Yeah, wild, dude. It's been interesting, I'll say that. And Biden dropped out, and which is good. We're not going to get another one of those debates. I'll watch that one, and then I had to fly and do a show in Canada right after, and I don't know if you guys feel the way I do after that last debate, but I don't think other countries should be allowed to watch our debates. That's private, all right? That's for us. Those are our home movies. Why would they even watch? They don't even get to vote. That's for us. And Biden finally stepped down. And he took a while, because he's older. And I get it. A lot of people didn't get it. They're like, why won't he step down? He's clearly struggling and he's older. He needs to rest. He should step down. And I get it, though, because I used to work at a retirement home. And for 4 years, I worked there 2 years in high school and 2 years after I graduated. And a lot of the elderly people didn't want to come in. You know, they don't want to leave their house. And that's what's going on with Biden. Like, all the Democrats are going there like his kids, like, come on, this is too much house for you. Just go to the home. They'll make you meals. They're like, no, I'm never leaving. But there's too many stairs. Like it's. And then he finally stepped down. But yeah. It's hard. I guess it's hard. I guess we're divided. That's what they say. I always fight against that. For years, I've been like, we're not that divided. And the reason I thought we're not that divided is because I travel all over the country and I just see people and they're always giggling. And I'm like, we're doing all right. And then I realized I have a very skewed impression of the country. Because, yeah, usually people at a comedy club, pretty giggly, having a good time. I'm like, we're doing all right. This is fine. But I guess we are divided. We can't even agree that it's hot, you know? Like, if you go up to the wrong person, be like, man, it's hot. It's always been this temperature. And you're like, all right. Are you sure? That's what they want you to think. I'm like, all right, dude. Your Crocs are melting, but that's fine. It's all just Republican and Democrat, and we got to choose Republican and Democrat. It's kind of like mom and dad, if you think about it. Isn't it? Republican and Democrat? Like one side's just really worried about the budget. Like, who the hell's gonna pay for this? And then the other side's like, come on! Let's go have some fun. Live a little. You know? But mom cares about what you say in the household. She wants you to be polite. We don't use that word in this household. And dad's cheap, but he'll let you cuss around him, you know? He likes a good off-color joke. Don't say that around your mother, but that's a good knee slapper right there. But now we're just so far apart. It's like mom and dad got a divorce, and they all just went off. Like mom's now like a non-binary vegan who hates men, and dad joined the Klan and thinks the Earth is flat. And we're all in the middle, just trying to decide whose house we're going to for Christmas, you know? Kind of in a tight spot. Oh, man. But yeah, I'm just trying to take care of me. That's what I'm doing. I turned 37 this year, and I immediately started hurting myself. My body fell apart. Immediately. I blew out the candles, and I went for a run, and I hurt my hip on my run. Like, I don't even know what the injury was. It's this hot pain right in the meat here. You know, like under the love handle, but above. I don't know what that's called. The filet mignon part. I don't. that flank. It hurts so bad. It's hot. And so I couldn't run anymore, so I went to the gym and I did the elliptical, and I hurt my calf on the elliptical, which that feels unfair. Like, that's why that machine was invented, to be low impact on your joint. It's supposed to be illegal to get hurt on the elliptical. You should be able to run into that thing and be like, oh, that's pretty rubbery. That wasn't that bad. But I hurt my calf, so now I can't do anything. All I have left is the rowing machine, which I don't know if you've ever done the rowing machine, but you look like a psycho on that thing. Everyone else looks like they're doing regular exercises. Their doctor's like, hey, you need to be in better shape. Get on the elliptical, do the treadmill, little Stairmaster. But the rower, I just look like I'm down there planning something. I look like I'm like, oh, yeah. I'll push the boat out at midnight. That's what I'll do. And the body will already be in a duffel bag. And I'll bring weights to hold it down. No one will ever know. I look like a psychopath over there. And I'm just trying, man. It's slowly falling apart. I don't know. There are parts of it that I am happy about. Like, I finally started getting less erections, which I've been waiting for this moment since I was 12. All right? This thing's been the bane of my existence, okay? Just showing up at random times. And you're like, not now, dude. Trying to get my bag out of the overhead. Why don't you calm down? Thank you. I like the fellas that connect with that. It's the summer. We're wearing shorts and just, and you're like, all right, I guess we're not making this connection. Because I'm not standing up in this moment. Don't get me wrong, like it all still works, but like when it's supposed to. Like he doesn't come around unannounced anymore. He's like a polite neighbor. He shoots a text. He's like, hey, are we still watching the game? I'm like, get in here, buddy. You know? But he never just pops in like, oh, I saw your light was on. Let's party. He's respectful, which is what I've been waiting for a very long time. This is the moment I've been waiting for. But yeah, I had a nice birthday. My wife took me out for a fancy dinner. It was too fancy of a dinner. It was a dinner that had a dress code. It was this restaurant that had a dress code. You had to wear a blazer to get in. I don't even own a blazer. And we didn't read the fine print, apparently, when we made that reservation. So I showed up, and I didn't dress like trash, by the way. I was wearing a nice button-down shirt. I hit all the buttons. Okay, I didn't get sloppy at the top. I hit all the buttons. I wore my nice shoes, and I went in, and the hostess at the counter was like, I'm sorry, we have a dress code. You have to wear a blazer to get into this restaurant. And for some reason, I just blurted out, I don't even own one. Like that was gonna smooth everything over. And they're like, oh, we had no idea an Uber ride wasn't gonna fix this problem. Just get on in here. But if you've never been to a restaurant like this, they have extra blazers there for idiots like me. Yeah, they're like, I was like, I don't even own one. They're like, oh, don't worry, we have extras here. And I'm like, oh, thank God. And she pulled out the biggest jacket I've ever seen. It looked like Andre the Giant's dinner jacket. And she draped it over me. Like the sleeve went down that far to my hand. It's just my fingers dancing out of the bottom. And I remember looking at her going, how is this better? How is this better than you just letting me wear my button-down shirt? I had to walk through the entire restaurant. I looked like a hooker that got caught in the rain. And some gentleman was like, oh, let me help you, young lady. I'm like, oh, thank you. And I had to walk through the entire restaurant. Our table was on the far end. This is how nice the restaurant was. Every server knew it was my birthday. So every person that walked by was like, happy birthday, happy birthday. So every table nearby was like, huh? And I'm like, don't look at me. I felt like a dog that just came back from the vet with like that cone of shame, you know? You're like, I need some privacy. Hey there, thank you so much for watching my video. Is this too close? We're keeping it. Thank you so much for watching my video. Please don't forget to like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. Also, I'm gonna be on tour all year, 2024. Might be the last one. So, you know, go to zoltancomedy.com, look at the tour schedule. If you don't see your town, sign up for my mailing list. I promise I'm gonna try to come, and I'll see you out there on the road. Thank you.